I'm convinced that college can be a scam. College is one of the most expensive decisions any 18-year-old will ever make, and oftentimes their return on investment is typically not their primary concern. But should it be? Let's look at the data. College has become somewhat of a cultural norm in America. It is a regular next step after graduating high school. When someone graduates from high school, the typical question that we'll hear from friends and family is, what school are you going to attend? What degree will you choose? What's your plan? While this is a great thing, in large because education has a direct correlation to income, I would like to highlight one of the most comprehensive papers I've read on the true return on the investment in college. The study was performed by freeop.org, and they found that in some cases, college is a scam. You can actually lose money by going to school. But, and that is a very big but, it depends on your major. I will link the article in the description below so you can read for yourself. But before I go into the outcome from what the data says, I want to highlight what data and calculations they used to come up with their study. Here's a paragraph from their paper. This report assesses the economic value of nearly 30,000 bachelor degree programs at 1,775 colleges and universities across the United States. A key measure of economic value is return on investment, ROI, which we define as the amount a student can expect to gain financially from each individual degree. ROI compares the main financial benefit of college, the increase in lifetime income attributable to the degree, to the costs, including tuition and foregone earnings. One further clarification is that they also have a preferred calculating method which considers the chance that someone drops out of college at the program, and that goes into some of their ROI calculation. For example, the median ROI from college is worth $306,000 across all of America, but that doesn't consider the amount of people who dropped out after they started, bringing the median to $129,000. Like almost any data set, that number can be skewed by the tail ends of the information. For example, the study writes that students studying computer science at the California Institute of Technology can expect a $4.4 million return on investment, which is a large difference from the median of $306,000. But the same can also be true for the other side of the coin. 28% of college degrees that were studied have a negative return on investment, bringing the median down lower and lower. Another great example of the difference between majors and their return on investment is engineering and psychology. The study states that 95% of engineering degrees produce a median salary of $80,000 by their mid-career, which is a pretty awesome salary and nothing to bat an eye at. However, only 1% of psychology degrees deliver an $80,000 salary by their mid-career. I would highly encourage you, if you are considering college or if someone you love is considering college, to take the time to dive into the study and their findings. They have made the study much easier to understand than most studies and have provided charts like the one that's on the screen. Take a look at the engineering bar, which is the second from the top. This shows that there is not a single program in engineering that has a negative return on investment. You can see that a similar return is true for areas like construction, business, finance, computer information, economics, and mathematics. However, if you look at this other chart, you can find that there are majors which have a substantial chance of having a negative return on investment. Visual arts and philosophy lead the charge with a greater than 50% chance that you will lose money by going to school. To answer my earlier question, is college a scam? I would have to say sometimes. If someone is going to invest in something, they never want to invest in something that they expect to lose money from. But for some reason, that is exactly what some 18-year-old kids are allowed to do. They're choosing programs that the expected return from those programs is negative. One thing that should be considered is that this study is only looking at the financial side of college and does not consider any character growth from a four-year program or any social development or any soft skills development that happens. It is strictly discussing the financial side. I know personally the four-year degree that I received was valuable to me financially, but of almost equal value to me were the connections that I made at school, the development of character that happened, and the organizations I was able to volunteer with. So, how can a data-driven investor or person take advantage of a study like this? Well, for most of my listeners, you can't because you have already graduated college, but you can educate your friends and family about this. Here are some general guidelines that are good to follow. First and foremost, choose a profitable major. Place higher priority on majors like engineering, construction, finance, and computer science over majors like visual arts, psychology, and philosophy. Don't just follow your passions. If your passion is psychology, then maybe there's a way you can use psychology without going to school or in business so that you're not losing money by going to school. Keep costs low. One part of the return on investment calculation is how much schooling costs. If you are choosing a major that is in the middle of the category for ROI, consider going to a cheaper school so that you don't have to recoup so much investment with your career earnings. Work hard for scholarships and go to in-state schools. Scholarships will be one of the best ways to make college worth it because they immediately make it cheaper and easier to afford. Likewise, going to an in-state school is typically a great option versus an out-of-state school, which could make college 2 to 5 times more expensive. The only caveat to this is if you're choosing a school and a major that has a high return on investment. I am curious, to the people who have made it this far in the video, did you go to college and would you say that it provided a return on your investment? Tell me in the comments. For me, that answer is very clearly yes. College worked for me and provided a great return on investment. However, I went to an in-state public school and had scholarships which provided for over half of my education cost. It was easy for the degree to provide a return because I didn't need to make much more than a high school income for it to be a profitable venture. To summarize, college education is one of the best ways to increase your income potential. It is proven time and time again that a good degree will earn you, on average, more than a high school diploma. There are also intangible benefits to college, such as the social and developmental aspects of college that can be beneficial as well. I believe college is a great tool and can be a very profitable venture, as proven by the study I highlighted today. However, I'm a firm believer that college can be done incorrectly. Choosing a major that is not likely to increase your income is no better than paying $30,000 or more to take a class on watching paint dry. I don't mean to sound harsh, but that's the truth. If there's no increase in income, there should be no payment for the education that is supposed to provide that increase in income. If you want to know what the #1 wealth killer is in America, click on this video. It might surprise you.